Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Tuesday morning actually. I'm a little early today because I'm expecting someone to show up later today to install a new faucet in our kitchen sink. So I wanted to get this done a little bit early and so I could be ready when that occurs. We just bought a new sink and faucet not too long ago, and I love the concept of the faucet. It's one of these pull out the end of it and it sprays and whatever. Well, after about a week, you couldn't switch it from the spray to the stream. It just wouldn't switch. And I could live with that. But just last week, I turned it on and the handle fell off. I thought, well, this this is really not the kind of faucet I'm going to deal with for the rest of my life. And I looked, and there was no way to like use a tightening screw or anything to keep the little handle on the end. When it first happened, I was afraid I wouldn't be able to shut the faucet off, but I did. And it will slide right back on, but it's annoying every time you turn it on. If you're not very careful, it'll fall off into the sink and make a big clang. So anyway, new faucet coming this afternoon. And we're going to be doing another Cricut project today because I have checked and my Dollar Tree is just starting to put out their patriotic items, and probably by Friday they'll have things to choose from. But for as of today, they were just unloading boxes. So I wanted to wait before I make a trip over there to make sure I'd have some choice in some items. I'm really looking for their mesh, the little 6-inch mesh, because I want to make a candle ring. I think I mentioned that for the baker's rack. So on Friday we will do a patriotic item of some sort, I promise, if I can find the materials. And if I can't find it at that Dollar Tree, I'll start driving around or calling around to other Dollar Trees. You know, they all get the supplies and they don't all do them at the same time. So anyway, so today we're going to be doing a card. It's just a hello card, a hi, give you a smile for today card. I think it's kind of fun to send those. I sent 2 out yesterday, and I'm going to send another one out today. So I thought I'd bring you along with me as I go on to Cricut Design Space and use a couple of features that we haven't used before. One is upload, and those are items and images that I have uploaded to my computer and therefore into Cricut Design Space. And the second one will be the print and cut feature. I also have one new little item that I'm going to use when we put the card together, and we'll share that when we get there. But anyway, let me take you over to Cricut Design Space, and we'll get busy designing this just popping by card. So I'll be right back in Design Space. See ya. Okay, here we are in Cricut Design Space, and we're going to start with a new project. And one of the things we're going to work at today is some of the other features that you can use with the Cricut Design Space. And one of those features is the upload feature, and the other one is the print then cut feature. So I want to make a happy little card to send to somebody to just give them a cheery day. So I'm going to start with a shape, so I have my size of the card. And my card will be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So as soon as the square comes in, here we are, I'm going to unlock it and make it 4.25 by 5.5. And then I'm going to make it yellow, because that's the color of my cardstock. So the next thing I want to do is to put a pretty background on it. Now you can make Cricut Access has some background paper, but I'm going to go over here, way over to the left. You'll see my mouse. It says upload. I'm going to press the upload button, and this is going to bring you to all of the images that I have uploaded onto my computer and into Design Space. And right now, it just says a few of them on here. I am going to use this little critter here, so I'm going to click on him. And then I'm going to click on View All because there's lots more in here. Now, these are all images that I have uploaded. And a lot of the images I have uploaded come from a program called Nitwit Collections. And I will link it down below in the description box, nitwitcollections.com. And they have digital paper that you can download, and you can get a whole set. You see these aren't these adorable? These little elves for Christmas. But this is the one I'm looking for here, this paper. Okay, so I've got that paper and I've got the raccoon. So now I'm going to insert the images. And it takes a little while sometimes for those to come in, but they will come in. And what's happening is that paper is going to come in huge, and then I just have to resize it. And that's what takes so long. As you can see here, that whole big square that just lit up is going to be that paper. So I'm going to make the screen a little smaller so I can get to the edge of it. And it still is loading it. But in the meantime, I'm going to make it smaller. And it should be coming in shortly. Get this over here. Whoop. And where did my floral go? Well, here's my raccoon. And there's my floral. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get my raccoon off of here. And I'm going to make this, because it's going to be a layer on my card, so I want to make it fit on the front of this card. And I already have it this size, but it hasn't got up there yet. Well, let me just do that again then. There it goes. Some of these take a bit of time to get up there. Now I've unlocked it because I am going to put it on top of this card. Okay. And when you're working with these loaded images and backgrounds, it takes a little bit of time after you tell it to do something for it to do it. Okay. So now I'm just going to go up a little bit again. And this is looking pretty good. Now it's going to wait a second. It's going to figuring out that I want this smaller. Here we go. And I'm almost there. It just needs to be a little bit smaller. We'll wait just a second and it'll load it again. There we go. Now let's just see here. Perfect. Fits very nice. Okay. So now I am going to get, I will move it up a little bit there. Now I'm going to get another shape and I'm going to do a square. I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to make it that same yellow and I'm going to put it on the top and that looks pretty good. And that is where my little guy is going to go. All right. Now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do text box. I'm going to write just popping Whoops, not pooping, popping. By 2, let's make that a capital T. Say hi. And I think I'll give this, oh, let's see. Okay, I was going to, now I'm going to center it up at the top, alignment center. Okay, and I'm going to change the font, and I'm going to do a child's year. Now I'm going to put it on a banner, so I need shapes again, and I need a square. Make it yellow. Unlock it. See if that fits here. Very good. Now we have to get this. Whoop, got to move it to the front. To fit on there. I'm just going to move this over a little bit. There, that's the way I want my card to look. Isn't that something? Now, here's what we want to do. I want the computer to print this all out, and then I want the Cricut to cut it. All right? So, here's my words, and I want it to be printed. So I have to come down to the bottom here on the right-hand side and hit the word flatten. Okay? Now, I want it to attach to this yellow square. So I'm going to put this on top of the yellow square. Highlight the whole thing and say flatten. Now that's all one piece and it will print. If you look over here, it says print, cut, print. Okay? Now the raccoon, I want it to print, and it is going to print. The square, I don't really need the square to be cut out by the machine. However, I'm going to have it cut out by the machine because I want it printed, and so it will be the same color yellow because my cardstock is a little bit different yellow than that. And then this is going to print. So this I need to change over here up at the top to print. Okay, now that square is that's gonna print. I don't need this one. We'll get rid of that one. This is going to print. This is going to print. And this is going to print just like this. Now, I could flatten him on here, but I want to put the little raccoon on something special. So I don't want him to be attached to the yellow block at the time. So there we are. There's the pieces of the card. And then I'm going to make another little box that says, hope you have a happy day. And I'm going to make that center. And I'm going to make that, I'm just going to get an idea of how big I need to have it by, by moving it up here. See, that's too big. It's going to be for the inside of the card, actually. So that'll be good. All right, so I'm going to get a shape. And I'm going to get a square. I'm going to make it yellow. I'm going to unlock it and make it a banner or a little piece. Okay. I want to print this, so I'm going to go over here and say flatten. I want to put it on, whoops, I'm going to put it on here. Select the whole thing, say flatten, and now it's going to print that too. So there's the outside, there's the inside, there's the square, and the raccoon. I think we're all set. Now we'll just say make it, and let's see what it shows us. Okay, on the first one, now see the printer is going to print all of this on a piece of cardstock. And then I will put this in the machine and it will read these outside lines. And that will tell the machine where to cut. And I'll bring you over and let you watch the machine cut this out. And then the second sheet is just the one that says just popping by to say hi. And that's going to print. And it just wasn't room enough to put it all in one sheet. Okay? How does everybody feel about that? If using this piece I got from the upload, and this piece I got from the upload, and these pieces we made, and just flattened the words first, and then put it on the yellow and flattened the whole thing. And then on this one, I made the words, I flattened the words first, and then put it on the yellow and flattened the whole thing. And that way it's going to print these out, and then we can put the card together. The first thing it will tell me to do when I continue is it will tell me to send this to the printer, okay? And then it will tell me that I haven't got my machine turned on. I'm going to turn it on while I'm sending this to the printer. So I'm going to take you over to the printer and I'll show you what this looks like when I put it on the cutting mat, and we'll watch how the machine reads these signals to cut this out. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes and we'll meet you at the printer. Hold on. I'm going to press continue. Now, print images on a printer of your choice. So I'm going to print the images and I'm going to turn on my Cricut and I'll meet you over at the Cricut. See you in a bit. Okay, this is the way it comes off of the printer. Okay, now I'm going to put it into the Cricut. And you see it's flashing that it wants me to load the paper. Okay, now it's going to flash to cut. And watch the machine. It's not cutting anything. It's going to read. I need to just pull this out a little bit. It's reading the lines so it knows where the boundaries are. And now it has read it, it will go back and cut. And you see it's cutting the raccoon out on its own. All right, it says it's done. We'll take it out. Now before we can go back to the table, I have to do the second sheet. So let me just get it in the printer and we'll be right back. All right, we'll put this one in. Cut. It's going to read again, but it's coming way down here to see if there's any lines, and you'll find out it will find the lines up here. Okay? Now it's going to see how wide it is. Now it's going to see where to go for the other side. Now it's going to see how long to go down to the bottom. And that's all there is to it. When I take this off, this piece is all cut out nicely. All right, I'll meet you back at the table and we'll put this card together. Be right back. Okay, we're going to start by creating the card base. Here's our pieces here. 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to cut it at 5.5. I'm going to put this up here. I like the way it cuts going the other direction better. I will soon need a new blade. But actually, when you do that, you cut it so you have two card bases. And then I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. This is the 8.5 side, and we'll score it halfway, which is 4 1/4. And I'll score them both at the same time because then I will have another card base ready. Okay, now the first piece we want to put on is our background paper. And you see we made the piece on the computer, so we know it's going to fit just perfectly. We use the ATG today. For those of you who are not familiar with it, an ATG is a very large tape dispenser. And people who do a lot of cards use these because it lasts a whole lot longer. ATG stands for Advanced Tape Glider. So let's just see what we get here. I don't want it to adhere. That looks right. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Okay, now we're going to put the square on. And you see that this is going to be the same letter, same color as the little saying at the bottom. And my card base yellow is a little paler. That's why I wanted to cut out the square so the yellows would match on the front. And we're just going to tape this down. Now we're going to put our raccoon right here on the top. Okay, now we have the little raccoon popping out of a tree stump, but I'm not going to just stick him on here. I'm going to use what's called a weeble, and I will link these down below if I can see. These are called Action Wobbles, and if they still have the website up and running, I will send the link. I'll put the link down in the description. And what you do, it's cardboard here and it's cardboard here, and you start by peeling the back off, which sometimes is easier said than done. There we go. And it's sticky underneath. Okay. And this piece is going to stick to the card. Okay. Now I'm going to peel off the other side. And it's sticky. There we go. And I'm going to stick the raccoon to that. And you see? Isn't that cute? What a cute card idea that is. And we'll just take our little sentiment and add it to the bottom. How cute is that card, huh? How cute is that card? And what they say about these is weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. So now I'm just going to open up the card, and we're going to add our little inside sentiment that we printed out. It says, "Hope you have a happy day." And because it's a different shade of yellow, it shows up nicely. Hope you have a happy day. So there you go. Is that adorable or what? And that's all done so easily with the Cricut, because they printed everything and then cut it out already printed for you. And these are all images that I had uploaded onto my Cricut Design Space. And I can't show you how I did it on this particular computer because I did it on a different computer. It's in Design Space though, so you can use it no matter which computer you're on. So I will probably give you a bonus video one of these days shortly and show you how to upload an image. I'm going to go over to Knitwit Collections and see what they have. They have so many to choose from, and I'll probably download a new set, and then I will be ready to upload some of those into Cricut Design Space. Let me just show you here a few of the other cards that I made using that same kind of technique. Here's this one. This was a Christmas card. See, this was a background we printed. This is another background we printed. And these are the little elves, and these are on foam squares to just sit it up a little bit. And that opens up like this. Okay. And this one was just, this was not using the print then cut. This was just a different one. This one is really cute. You see, this one opens this way so that it will stand up. If I stand it up, you can't see it. And that's all print then cut. All of these things were things I loaded into the computer and then print them out. So how easy is that? How cute those cards are. And I think my girlfriend, who I haven't seen in a long time, and we can't see each other now because of our issues, will appreciate getting a little happy card. I sent 2 out yesterday. We'll send another one out today. So I'm glad you stopped by. I'll be back in just a second with some parting remarks. Hang in there. So what do you think? Isn't that adorable? I love it. And the wobbles. It's so cute. I could play with it all morning. So I had a good time putting that card together, and I hope you enjoyed doing it with me. It doesn't take long. It's just a matter of deciding what you want to use for your layers, putting them all together, and telling your computer that you want to print it out, and the machine reads it and cuts it out after you print it out. Very easy. So I will link the Knitwit Collections website down in the description box, as well as I did check, and you can find these action wobbles on Amazon. Just click on Amazon and put in the word action wobble, and it'll show you several different options. I think they're adorable, and you could use them for a lot of different things when you want a little bit of bubblehead type activity. So, as a matter of fact, wouldn't that be cute if you did like a paper doll and you put the head, just the head part, on the action wobble? That would be very cute. So anyway, I will see you again on Friday, and we'll be working on something in the wreath room. I almost said creath room for craft and wreath together. In the wreath room, and we'll be hopefully doing something patriotic. So until then, I hope you have a great Tuesday afternoon, and enjoy the day. Enjoy your partial new freedoms if you currently have them, but stay safe and stay your social distancing. Until Friday, play nice now. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Love you.